Oh, this would be a show that my son could come back and do. I take a great deal of pride in his talent and his own personal journey. The fact that the first show he ever performed in his life was Pippin, not at my theater, at Shelby State with Ron Gephardt 20 years ago. He played little Theo, little 4-year-old. So there's no, in the back of my mind, and not knowing where Jordan would be when we put the season together, which was over a year before we did the show, it's like, well, that could be a possibility if he wasn't on Broadway at that time. And then there would be that whole circle of going from little Theo then to doing Pippin and opening the new theater, having grown up at Playhouse, his whole life doing shows and working around. So that was a thought, but not the main reason. One of the
I'm sure most of y'all know that with Pippin opening coming up, try to get through this. My son was supposed to be here doing the lead in the show. It turned out my son was supposed to be here in Memphis to have an amazing waitress at the Blue Monkey bring him back to life. Monkey to learn CPR.
I'm feeling good. I'm up and about, moving around. I'm trying to stay active. Been helping my dad out around the theater a little bit, picking out carpet for the old space, and just I'm excited to be here get to see the opening of Pippin, even though I don't get to be in it, and it feels good just to be here and experience all the excitement of the opening of the new theater.
The show is about magic. The first song is "We Got Magic to Do." It's about new beginnings, and there's no more greater new beginning than this theater that we're building.
The show, which is basically about a young man who really wants to discover what his life is about.
I came to Playhouse in the Square in 1989. My plan was to leave after my one-year contract because my goal was going to be to get to Chicago.
All about his search for meaning and truth and success in his life.
I came here in 1998. I really wanted to go to grad school. I didn't get the school I wanted. I did get into school, but I didn't get the school that I wanted.
And he has trouble with that because he keeps trying things and he never really truly finds fulfillment. So for me personally as a director, it really touches me in a way because it's that whole, the idea of the play ends up being, are you settling? Is settling for something okay for your life purpose?
I came here in May of 1991, and I was looking for a home. I wasn't one of those actors that wanted to travel around, or anything. I kind of wanted to settle down and find an artistic home, and this was it. And I've been here ever since.
And that's what Pippin ends up doing. He ends up finding out that settling per se is actually not settling, it's actually meaningful, and it can cause you to have a very happy life. And so I think a lot of people are going to really identify with that in the play.
But there's a vibe here that I've never had in all the different places I've worked. I didn't plan to stay, but I did. Whitney Jo didn't plan to stay, but she did. Dave didn't plan to stay, but he did. Courtney didn't plan to stay, but she did.
And it's that kind of environment that I think fosters people to want to kind of grow artistically and contribute to what I think is a great community that supports the arts. Theater, opera, ballet.
The ending of the play is really beautiful, and the style that we have chosen is a circus sort of style. The play itself mentions a lot of circusy type things. They talk about circus-ish things, and so we thought, well, let's go with that. And so we brought the world of the play has become this sort of modern day funky circus thing. So there are lots of images throughout the play of circus stuff, and it's really fun visually. I think it's going to be very exciting for audiences.
Be a little closer to our heart's desire.
Pippin kills father.
Next in line for the throne, darling.
But if father discovers Pippin's plot and executes him,
Be next in line for the throne, darling.
Mama, no matter what happens, I move up.
Future. But I think, you know, if you've got this kind of venue, yeah, actors and people are going to want to work in it.
The play has lots of little bells and whistles that we want to shine and show off, and we've found very fun and creative ways to let all of the magical technical theater things that the new Playhouse offers to find their way into the storytelling. This space is fantastic. It's brilliant. I mean, this is state of the art. It's brand new, state of the art. So there's nothing like it. I think people are just going to be absolutely so excited about the fact that this is now a Memphis resource. It's going to, you know, with Ballet Memphis coming in and all these other companies that are going to be able to work in this space as well, I think it's just going to be a huge plus for the city of Memphis.